Many of us don't know how to access the creative side that exists in all of us. Now, I'm here to offer 3 solutions to your problem if you are feeling a little bit uncreative, and how to make that part of your life. Being creative requires all of us to stay in touch with our inner child. It's impossible to be creative and also a very egoic person. In order for you to express that unconventional, unthought, bold, creative idea, you cannot have fear. And in order to do that, you have to detach yourself from your egoic self, because your egoic self will always keep you in a small box. The ego doesn't like taking chances. The ego is fear. The ego wants to keep you safe. So the ego is the enemy of creativity. The first thing in order for you to become more creative is you gotta shut that ego off from your system. You cannot control it. But what you can do is you can maintain an atmosphere that is conducive to creativity. So in corporate environments, they try to make that happen with ping pong table and fancy coffee machines and an environment where you can just relax and be creative. And the idea is right, but it doesn't necessarily work if you are a creative that likes to think of your ideas alone. And that's a lot of us, right? So for introverts, that office space is still not the most creative place. The part that they got it right is the part that you have to have your nervous system relaxed. And that's the second tip. Your creativity will boost the second you feel relaxed. And this is why most creatives, they often have headphones on, or they have a way of protecting their mind and blocking the outside noise. Especially the strong creatives that thrives in corporate environment, they know that they have to maintain a sense of detachment from the rest of the political environment. Creativity comes from your heart, and the critical thinking part comes from questioning ideas, questioning positions, questioning authorities, questioning the norm. How can you be creative if you are going to be just like everybody else? How can you be creative if you are not going to question things? So this is where the analytical part is very important, and every strong creative has both. Because one is to imagine and the other one is to criticize. A senior creative oftentimes has thought about all the possibilities of that creation to happen, and then they bring out their best version of it. Creativity needs to be nurtured. And what I mean by nurturing is creativity actually comes from your body, and it comes from the sacral part of your body. So oftentimes people that are highly creative, they are also highly fertile. If you think about the sacral chakra, for example, it's where a woman gives birth to a child. And that's also the same energy of you giving birth to new ideas. So it's also about understanding that there's a lot of energy in the sacral chakra of ourselves and keeping it pure. The more pure you are, the more pure your thoughts are, the more pure your emotions are. And what I mean by pure, I mean by having clarity of your thoughts, of your feelings, of yourself, the stronger of a creative you become. That's why most people that are very good in the creative aspect of their lives, it's either when they're very young, when they haven't been contaminated by the conditions of the world, or later in their life, after 40, where you mature and you become more yourself. And that's where your creativity have an exponential burst of ideas. A lot of entrepreneurship that are highly creative happens later in life. Obviously, there are exceptions out there. I think the CEO of Canvas is someone very creative, and she was able to lead out of the system way before, and other innovative thinkers. But those are the exceptions. But something that you can do today in order to maintain that creativity, which will also reflect in your energy of attraction, actually, because that is very magnetic, especially for women, is to exercise that area. But my favorite one is actually dancing. So when you dance, you are actually moving your sacral area. All right, if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. I will be starting a new course, and I will be teaching it for the first couple of months. I would love to have you part of my course.